So what if Apple had two reasons to make the next iPhone more expensive, but only one was valid? Because yes, it looks like Cupertino has some serious issues with the iPhone 14 on one end, and on the other, it seems a welcome feature might also push the price. We have some new details on the Google Pixel Watch that make it sound even better, and Xiaomi and Leica just announced a new partnership with a smartphone coming, I don't know, somewhat soon. I'm Jaime Rivera. Happy Monday for the worst jet lag face that I could find, and it's just been a crazy day, but this is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with Xiaomi, Leica, and some rumors that were circling around these past couple of weeks, which pretty much just became official. As yes, earlier today, the companies, or at least both companies, announced their new partnership where they are planning to launch a jointly developed flagship smartphone that we can expect sometime in July. Their teaser reads the defining moment and the new era, as well as a strategic partnership in imagery technology, which I assume could at least be somewhat similar to what we used to get with Huawei, and which is enough for me to be excited. I mean, let's be real. Ever since Leica partnered with Huawei, those P smartphones were just obliterating every other company when it came to photography. Their press release also shares that both companies have the same ideas regarding mobile imaging and that they are eager to take mobile photography to the next level. We don't have much details on the smartphone or what it'll be, but we can expect that to be, I don't know, the next Xiaomi 12 Ultra, but don't quote me on that. Whatever it is, let's just hope it's better than the Leica phone. Now, how about if we move on to leaks from some Apple products that we weren't really expecting that could be coming soon or could be this underwhelming, as we have a new tweet from Ming-Chi Kuo where he mentions that Apple would release a new version of the HomePod in Q4 of 2022 or Q1 of 2023, but there may not be much innovation in hardware design, and the script says that I'm supposed to say yay. So there's that. I mean, we were hearing that it would be a smart display, but apparently that's not going to be the case, or who knows. He also added that smart speakers are one of the essential elements of the smart home ecosystem, but he thinks that Apple is still struggling to figure out how to succeed in this market, and which I'm going to agree with. Now, moving on, we have a new tweet from Ross Young talking about displays. He claims that the 27-inch mini LED monitor has been delayed as it was going to be produced in Shanghai, and it's been affected by the lockdowns. Apparently, the production is being moved to a different facility, but we could still be looking at an October release date, hopefully. This display is reportedly for the higher end variant of the Studio Display, which I know some of you are interested in. Let's move the spotlight over to Google leaks, because even if the products have been officially announced, the news are so vague that we're just depending on more leaks. We have a couple of new reports from 9to5 Google detailing some specifications for the Pixel Watch, because Google wasn't nice enough to provide them when they announced it. Apparently, it'll be powered by the Samsung Exynos 9110, which will be paired with a coprocessor to offload various tasks from the main CPU, but we don't know if it'll be a coprocessor that's sort of like the Tensor chip or have to do with it. If anything, I assume it's going to be a low power core. The report then mentions that we can expect more RAM than any on an existing smartwatch. They then confirmed that this watch would bring the same fitness sensors that we get on the Fitbit Luxe and the Charge 5, which are to be expected. Finally, a different report details that it'll have a USB-C charging cable, unlike the competition. Sort of like what we get with the Apple Watch, though, which means a puck with USB-C on the other end. I mean, it all sounds fine and dandy, but are any of you waiting for this watch? And finally, for the hottest and concerning news today, let's talk about Apple and their iPhone 14 series. We have a couple of reports that point to why it might be getting more expensive. The first has to do with the risk of losing its cheaper display manufacturer. I mean, remember the whole mess where BOE had to halt production because they decided to tweak designs without consulting with Cupertino? Well, a new report from the Elect claims that the company is yet to receive approval for the iPhone 14 displays, and they could actually lose the contract, which means 30 million OLED panels for the 2022 iPhones. Now, the second is actually more enticing, as we all have to admit that companies don't really invest in high-quality selfie cameras, and it seems that Cupertino wants to change that. A new report from ET News claims that the 14 series will feature a more expensive high-end front-facing camera with some sort of special autofocus. Apparently, Apple wants to reclassify the selfie shooter as a high-end component that is set to cost 3 times more than the previous model. This also goes along with a Ming Chi Kuo report claiming that the iPhone would feature autofocus in the selfie shooter and for the first time a wider aperture, and we can expect that for all the models, it seems. So that might be the reason why they're getting more expensive. But in today's question, let me know, would you be willing to pay extra if an iPhone brought you a better selfie camera? And if so, how much? Because honestly, I have a hard time given how I prefer the fingerprint scanner over that whole concoction for Face ID, so why don't we save some money there? Heck, I'd even prefer for the company to just ditch the stainless steel bands on the Pro models. Give me aluminum and drop the price there. There are so many ways in which Apple can save some money on that phone, and I don't know, because I just feel that iPhones are just too overpriced right now. That's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me continue to travel. I love doing it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.